Hello everyone, and welcome to Crusader Kings II, where we're going to start a new series that hopefully will be a little bit of fun as I zoom in and out. I have played around with this one a couple of times just for fun, we're going to play a game as Nantes at the start of the Viking Age and really just see how much havoc we can wreak. For those of you who are playing basically with just about every expansion activated, episodes will be roughly probably 18 to 25 minutes long. We'll dive into the rest of it. So, welcome to Crusader Kings II, yada yada yada. We are playing as a Norse Germanic chief. So, what does this mean for us? Well, Nantes automatically starts with this southernmost county in Brittany. If you're familiar with EU4, I think Brittany really is kind of this territory. And pretty much, I think the historical context of this, because I did look it up, because I was kind of curious, because I don't ever remember hearing anything about this in history class, but there was a Viking who did invade this part of Brittany at some point in the 800s. I don't believe he ever really, from what I read, I don't think he controlled towns and whatnot, but he really never expanded. But this guy is pretty unique because you automatically start with 1,700 event spawn troops, as well as 40 boats that are event spawned. And let's see if I can show you this. And of course, you know, he's automatically got basically a 2,800 troop army, and he's surrounded by some one province miners. And then, of course, this kingdom of Brittany, which is, I'm going to try to pronounce it Brazza. I believe that is probably Breton. Yeah, Breton. So, let's dive into it. We are playing as Hastine. Wow, that is a terrible name, of Nantes. We are a 16, 25, 13, 15, 9. We are quick. We are a Viking. We are gregarious. We are ambitious, greedy, diligent. All great traits to have, and we are a brilliant strategist. We have an heir who was apparently just born, named Ragnar. And trying to think. So first thing that we want to do is probably we will select become King of Brittany, because I think we can accomplish that before our heir comes of age. I'm going to take a hunting focus just in case. We have a lot of minor titles that we need to dish out, which is a good thing. Let's see. And I probably should do a little more, research, so to speak, about what these positions are, because I don't know. I'm not that well versed. So let's see. The Hindsman is seen as trusted and companion in arms. Yeah. All right. So we'll just keep divvying these out to people that matters. We need a court tutor. I really don't like either of these characters, so we're just not going to get a court tutor, because I believe that means that we tutor. And for the time being, we're Germanic. We're going to leave these be until we become at least a duke. And yeah, so there we have it. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is we're going to declare war on this strapping gentleman who cannot really raise anything. We want to conquest it, and that's kind of, in all my playthroughs, what I've done. It's worked out pretty well. Let's go ahead and raise all of our levies and just send them in, and there you have it. This should be rather fun. He's going to get slaughtered. of course, but good for us. Hopefully we won't die in battle. I am going to have him lead troops because he's just baller. And yeah, there we go. Virtually just absolute slaughterhouse. We can probably go up to speed 2 because I'm not paying attention. And in the meantime, there you go. Just absolute devastation. And that looks great. We have captured this mayor, and that battle got us 33%. And it looks like his holding is going to go down relatively fast, almost 12%. And does he have enough troops if he pats back to siege us down? He does not. So we're going to leave them all there and just let this thing continue to tick. But yeah, so Nantes is an interesting start. You automatically have a lot of troops compared to your neighbors in Brittany. And the challenge really becomes, can you create a kingdom and before this cat dies? And if you can do that, I mean, really kind of the sky's the limits, because you can go up to Cornwall and conquer Cornwall. You can go over and pretty much start picking off the coastal provinces of Ireland. And you can eventually get strong enough to where you can create some pretty major issues for this area in the world. In fact, if you play it correctly, there are some people who can take Nantes and essentially do a world domination. I'm not sure we're going to do that, but we're going to have a little bit of fun, largely because I've been going for some crazy achievement runs, and yeah, I want to have a little bit of fun, and we may pick up some achievements since we're playing on Iron Man. If I do pick up any achievements, it will be pure luck because I'm not going for any. So let's see, this siege, we're gonna knock these guys out in one more tick. So less than 12 days, it puts us at 66%. This thing is going to fall even faster. It's going to take roughly 6 ticks. So you do that math. My math says 72 days. So 72 days, let's see, that would be roughly, let's see, sometime in August, early August, I believe. Maybe August 1st. I don't know, it's late. It's late. It is late. It has been a long day, but a good day. So, yep, these are just notifications. Outbreak of disease. That's not good. We don't like that disease. So we're going to talk to this mayor because apparently he's a coward. I will try to read those events as they pop up, since a lot of the stuff that I've been doing and putting on YouTube has been co-op. God bless their little hearts. They're trying to siege this thing down, and it's just not going to happen. It'll be curious to see if when we win this, if it will result in what I want it to result in. So I think the next thing that I will do is probably go after which province is going to be the wealthiest. Honestly, that province is. We'll probably go for that province. So we're at 100%. We will stop this up. It was July 31st. My math was bad by a couple of days. Literally one. And yes, there we go. We have usurped this title, and we now have a temple and some other holdings that we don't want. We've got a city and a temple, so we need to dish this out. Who do we have at court who would be a good character for this? Well, let's see. You really aren't that great. You are cruel, paranoid. All right, we're looking for some zealous characters. We may not have any. He actually would not be a terrible ruler. All right, there's my wife. And I believe the rest of these folks, yep. Okay, so it looks like I get to choose between you two. You are going to get the temple. And you, my friend, are going to get the city, I believe. Yes, you are. There we go. So we've got those taken care of, and what we want to do now is send our troops home, and then I believe we're going to go ahead. Can I declare war on this guy? Absolutely. We want to conquer him. We will send that out. We will once again raise our troops, which I botched. Why in the world did you not? Oh man. Looks like I have messed this up by not patting them back. That is unfortunate for us. But so be it. That's just not smart on my part, because I basically just wasted troops, even though they were in my territory. So our wonderful, brilliant, beautiful big army is actually going to take more of a blow, and don't scotch this like I did. You want to go in with your full strength, but once again, we're not really losing anything on the flanks. We're only losing 5. They should break here pretty soon, and yes, there we go. Now we can inflict all the damage on them, and it looks like this thing's going to recover. It's going to take quite some time. But the good news is this thing, we're talking maybe 132 days. So that should be fine. Now they may be able to come back and siege this thing down. There's no guarantee, but it will take them quite some time. They're still getting attrition ticks, but not that much. Just not as much as I would like them to get, but that is what it is. So, but yeah, Nantes, fun little playthrough if you like to conquer things as a Viking. I mean, we also make a ton of money, so we can probably go ahead and yeah, why not? We got the money. We'll be smart about this. Well, I'll try to keep as a safety net probably roughly about 400, but that'll be my one big purchase. We'll go ahead and upgrade that keep. We're going to need those troops long term, and we're going to hope that at some point Brittany breaks up, which that can happen. We've seen that happen. They're going to come siege this thing down, and they will actually struggle to do that a little bit, because that will take them some time. We'll out-siege them. Let's put it that way. We will out-siege them significantly. Now, there's no guarantee that this will result in a victory. So my marshal and I have become bitter rivals. I keep saying I'm going to read those out. I probably will read those out just because it makes it a little more interesting, gives the game a little more flair. In the meantime, I do believe that will be the next territory we go to. Actually, is that his capital holding? Yeah, we're going straight for that one. Alright, so it looks like we need a new steward. And you're the best choice. There you go, my friend. And because of that, it looks like, yeah, victory there. Yay, us. How fast will this one fall? And then we'll go take care of that. 16.5. Yeah, we will still be able to do that. Still need a court tutor. Don't have a great choice, but I believe we've got this Heinzman, and you look like a good one, and we will have you auto-assign commanders, which is probably the smartest thing for us to do. Brittany is defending against the Sultan. A great time to take his capital holding will be immediately once we finish this war. And let's see, 13 a month. So that's going to take quite literally some time to reinforce, which is unfortunate, but we will get there. Just an absolute blunder on my part. Big time blunder, to tell you the truth. We'll dock these ships. Why not? He is suffering attrition because he's exhausted his supply, and it does appear that he will 9 ticks there. Meanwhile, I think we're just one tick away, which we are, sitting at 1%. How unfortunate. So we can stop it, and we can go ahead and say, hey, we're going to offer you some peace. We surrender. That's great. And once again, we have some troops that we can... Well, first of all, these guys right here need to go home. Only 0 will return home. That's fantastic. We don't care. We're going to leave those guys there. And we have holdings that we need to get rid of. So, best thing I know how to do, we don't have the piety. Or do we? We do have the piety. We're going to invite a holy man to court. Excellent. We are going to grant you a landed title. You shall have the temple. And in the meantime, do we have anybody else in our court? We have Spymaster. You look like a good candidate to become a mayor. And there we go. All right, so let's let this run for just a wee bit. It looks like our levy is slowly building back up. Unfortunately, Brittany is at a point where we're going to let this run for a little bit of time, largely because I think that's wise. Because I scotched that, I could totally restart this, but you know what? My mistakes need to be seen, which is completely okay. County of Nantes is de jure a part of the Petty Kingdom. To get the Petty Kingdom, we basically have to take over all this territory, which is a little frustrating, but that is what it is. You can go online and you can read guides that will give you a pretty decent idea of how you can play this and play it to the best. So we're slowly regaining our levy to the tune of, this still may be 13 a month. It is still 13 a month. The Varangian Guard, the Varangian, I should know that word. I've heard it so many times. The Varangian Guard has been formed for the Byzantine Emperor. For those of you who are history nerds, it's basically where they took a bunch of Norsemen and they became the personal guards of the Byzantine Emperor. There you have it. That wasn't uncommon, from what I understand, in antiquity. For Byzantine emperors, even the Romans, as they used in their weaning days, they used a lot of the newly settled barbarians as their foot soldiers. So let's take a look at this. Still 242. You know what? That may be enough to siege that down. Lately, I've become afraid that someone might want to hurt me. I am thinking about hiring 2 food tasters, and maybe a bodyguard would be a good idea. Let's see. We did not gain the trait Paranoid, but I know that we need to make a cut because we're at time. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed it. I know that I have. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate it if you hit that like button, and feel free to subscribe to the channel as more content will come out. We will catch y'all in the next episode.